All right, you maggots, listen up. All right, so when I did the Hellcrafters SX62, I noticed a lot of silver mica capacitors were bad. I don't mean the IF, I mean what you see in front of you. They're bad. There's over 25 of them that are bad. They were bad in the BFO. The BFO would not oscillate. They were bad in the discriminator. There were also different levels of bad in the IF, both the 455 and the 10.7. So after I got done, I got the radio working, and I know the problem was the silver mica caps. I went looking on the different groups and to see what's out there. I'm thinking of making a video. So it starts off the one guy. I've been in radio for 30 years, and I never saw a silver mica capacitor go bad. Yeah, you've been in radio for 30 years. You've been listening to a radio for 30 years. You never actually had to fix one. Another guy says the real problem is there's a grime on the outside of the capacitor. All these years the dust is built up and grease, and that's what's causing them to be leaky. And both you guys are wrong. So as I'm watching, looking on YouTube, I found two videos. And one video, the guy just takes one of these apart. And he breaks it apart and he shows the pieces. He gets a piece of mica and he shows it as a rock. Then the other guy takes it apart a little bit better. And he thinks his theory is that the bakelite that it's mounted in is bad. Now, as you can see, let me try not to have it go out of focus. In the center is the inside of the capacitor. And I got it out in one piece. It's still, the way it is right there, it still fails. So me being the curious person I am, I went a little further. All right, now I'm going to show you. Hopefully the camera stays in focus. You can take this end off, this end off. So basically, let's see if it stayed in focus. You have a piece of mica with a plate in between. There it is. And these are end connections, but they're actually capacitors. They don't make actual contact that I know of. All right, I could be wrong. They're U-shaped, and when you put these back on this unit, it tests bad, and it really tests bad if you push them up from each end. All right, did you stay in focus? I can't tell you how many times I did this video. So, my theory, it's only my theory. We know it's not, they do go bad. Number one, they go bad. That guy's wrong. Number two, it's not the grease and grime that built up on the outside. That guy's wrong. The other guy that said it's possible, it's the bakelite that's conductive. That guy's wrong. Okay? What I think it is this has silver plates in there and mica. On the end here, the oxide of the mica builds up and it pushes out into the back wall of this clip. So if I put this clip back on and push in all the way, the conductance goes up. And yeah, I could scrape this end here and go further into it, but this is as far as I'm going. I wanted to tell you, number one, they do go bad. Number two, it's not grease on the outside of them. All right. Number three, it's not the bakelite that goes bad. It's just like the silver mica disease in the IFs, only it does it a little bit different. The silver mica grows, and it grows, say, on the end. It probably grows on this edge too, but it gets trapped in here because this is a U-shaped, and that's when it makes contact. And now the silver plate is making contact between one end and the other end. So these two terminals are now connected, but through the plate using oxide. It's not a direct, perfect connection. That's why you got various amounts of conductivity, anywhere from 1 meg to 8 meg, and right in that range. That's when they're leaky, and your BFO will not operate. A BFO circuit is very high impedance, And a lot of radios, they don't work. And what I found is these silver mica caps in the BFO circuit, they become leaky, and that thing will not start up. And yes, you can change the tube to a new tube, and that's because the new tube's going to have more gain, and it's going to get you by. It's going to oscillate, but eventually the oxide's going to grow in the cap that's stopping it, and it's going to stop it again. Or one day you're going to go use the radio, you're going to put the BFO on, and it's not going to work because you really didn't find the real culprit. And I'm telling you, these things do go bad. And I went and did the extra mile, and feel free to take one of these apart and track down exactly what's wrong. My goal was to prove they do go bad. It's not the grime on the outside, and the Bakelite isn't conductive. That's what I proved. I really can't prove that the oxide is growing on this end and shorting out to this. I can't prove it. I have a microscope, but at this point, I put a lot of time in this. This is the 6th time I've done this video. I mentioned that I was calling these stop sign instead of stoplight, but other people call them dominoes, capacitors. And then the other time, let's make sure the camera kept going out of focus on me. And it's really annoying. You know, you get the whole video done, and then you go back and look, and it's out of focus. But what you're looking at is the inside and the mica that uses insulators between the plates. Right now, this plate has a mica piece on top of it. It's a stack. It could be a stack. I don't know how many there are. I don't want to go any deeper, but it has to do with the silver oxidizing. And my theory is it oxidizes and it pushes out, and it can't go anywhere because this clip is up against it, and it shorts out to this clip, and then it grows on the other side, shorts out on the other clip, and then you got 1 meg to 8 meg of leakage. And most circuits don't like that. If you have that problem in the IF, you're going to get less signal. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, I didn't change those. And what you do is you adjust the null. And if you get a good null on the IF can, then the capacitor is okay. That's not really true. You could still get a null, but you got reduced signal because your capacitor is still leaky. I think that's it. All right, that's it.